Hi, welcome to Armanino McKenna's webinar on the SEC, a look at trends in comment letters. My name is Lori Colvin and I'll be your moderator today. And I want to remind you that this webinar is, it is CPE. You can earn your CPE on this webinar. So first we're going to go over a few housekeeping items, and that is that you will see your panel up in your corner of your view. You can press the arrow button to minimize it and the square button to maximize it. And we do encourage you to ask questions throughout the webinar. We will have time at the end to answer them, so simply type in and press send. And we want to make sure you're hearing us clearly, so if you are hearing through the telephone, be sure to click Use Telephone. But if the audio is coming through your computer, be sure to click Use Mic and Speakers. So in order to qualify for CPE, there are a few things you need to do. And that is to be sure that you're using your personal computer for this webinar, not a PDA, and log in with your own information and unique URL. You need to be on the webinar for at least 50 consecutive minutes. And we will be asking polling questions throughout the webinar, and be sure to answer at least 75% of those polling questions. And then at the end of the webinar, there will be an evaluation survey, and be sure to take that. You do all of those things, and we will send you your CPE in a week. So I have the pleasure to introduce our two presenters today. First is Matt Perrault. He is our audit partner that is in charge of our SEC and technology practice. He comes with 20 years of experience, both as an auditor as well as in private industry. He has worked on just a lot of different issues: IPOs, mergers, acquisitions, and private placements and LBOs. You can see some of his current clients are Ally Ventures, Sigma Designs, etc. And prior to private industry, he was in Ernst & Young in the Big Four. Next, I am going to introduce our second presenter, who is Dave Davis. He is one of our consulting partners here at Armanino McKenna with 34 years experience and a lot of work, extensive public company work, from SEC and investor reporting. He's gone through process re-engineering projects, debt financing and fundraising, corporate and partnerships, M&A, and just a lot of service for that SEC component. He has been a former CFO and COO for public companies, so he has private industry practice as well, and has worked for Fortune 500 companies with middle market public company experience as well. So those are our two presenters, just a lot of experience with public companies in a lot of different capacities. So today, what are we doing today? Well, our learning objectives are really, we've got 4, which are to really show you the SEC organization structure and review the comment letter process, to review common SEC comment areas and really learn about the underlying accounting disclosure shortfalls, as well as look into Groupon, which a lot of you are very familiar with, and really talk about that, those review comments, and then to identify some best practices to avoid and respond to those fun SEC comments. So I'm going to turn this over to Matt Perrault, who will take us over the presentation overview.
Thanks, Lori. Today, as Lori said, we will be taking a look at the way the SEC is organized, how the review process works, and then we dive into 6 specific comments that we think would be most applicable to the audience out there. And those are specific to financial statement sections of the 10K or 10Q. We'll also touch briefly on some other comment areas the SEC looks at: MD&A, risk factors, and non-GAAP financial measures. We'll touch on 2 of the comment letters that Groupon got through their S1 process and the resulting fixes they had to make to their S1. And then we'll talk about some best practices, just what to do when you are responding to SEC comment letters.
Thanks, Matt. Just an overview of the mission of the SEC. They are primarily there to protect the investors. They are not your friends. They are the investors' friends. that is designed to maintain an orderly and efficient market and facilitate capital formation because the information is transparent and available to all potential investors. Next, we have just a bit of an overview of the SEC divisions. We've got corporate finance. They're